I'm trying to decide if it's easier when the Kings just flat out suck or when they give us hope and then take it away. I honestly think it might be easier if they just flat out sucked, because then going in, I would expect that, and it is what it is. But after Sunday's win, not an entirely convincing win, but still a very exciting game. Dustin Brown was back. That's awesome. We had 2 power play goals. He was net front presence. He got the first one. You know, I was starting to think, okay, this is good. The Kings are gelling again. We could maybe have something here. And then Jonathan Quick got his 2-month-long kind of minimum injury there with another surgery for his meniscus, torn meniscus in his knee. And I thought, okay, it's not the end of the world, because, you know, the guy did kind of give up like 26 goals in 5 games, and that's not great. Remember when we won the Jennings? Yeah, that was last season. It's not going to happen this season. We gave up another 5 goals this game. One was an empty net because we pulled Campbell with 3 minutes to go, and we can't power play to save our lives, so I don't know why they think an extra man is going to help, and it drives me crazy. But anyway, they gave me hope, and then they took it away. Not a whole lot of hope in the first period because Jack Campbell was standing on his head, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. He is a very solid goaltender in that period. But the fact that he had to stand on his head as much as he did was very concerning to me. So, like 13 seconds in, there's a shot on goal. 4 seconds later, there's another shot on goal from the Flyers. And you're just like, okay, so if we could get out of our defensive zone, that'd be awesome. Didn't really happen a whole lot in the first period, despite the fact that we had 3 power plays. And of those 3 power plays, there was a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 36 seconds. 1 minute and 36 seconds. And guess how much we did with the puck in that time? Nothing. Maybe one shot on goal? Maybe, if we're lucky. So to their 13 shots on goal to our like 5 in the first period, yeah, we were lucky to come out of it only 1-0. And that was an instance of Campbell did everything he could and his teammates just could not clear the puck. Just wasn't happening. So how the Kings are going to survive when they can't do defense the way they're used to, because their offense has not changed in any way, they're not going to. So we go into the second period, and I'm thinking about halfway through that maybe it's going to be okay. They're a little more aggressive. They had a pretty good penalty kill. Things are going okay. They got a power play they actually capitalize on. What? I know, all very exciting things. What you don't see before this play is about 3 Anze Kopitar attempts that are this close to being goals. What you are going to see is his attempt that ended up rebounding onto Carter's stick, who was front net and very nimbly just kind of did this beautiful stick handling thing, and then back behind Elliott there, and it's tied, and it's halfway through the second, and the Kings are coming out with more gusto, and you're thinking, okay, I have hope. And then 29 seconds later, it was taken away. Yeah, 29 seconds is all it took for Wayne Simmonds to be able to get another one past Campbell, because he was left vulnerable after making the first 2 saves. And again, his defense was not there to bail him out. If I were Campbell at this point, I'd be frustrated. He's given up 2 goals, but I wouldn't really put any of them on him. And at some point, you're like, seriously, can I get some help? Like, I'm doing everything I can here. But no help. And then a few minutes after that, I have issues with this goal. I have a lot of issues. So what you're going to see is a distinct kicking motion as it crosses the line. And here's what's insane about this rule is he kicked it and it kind of grazed one of our sticks and then went into the back of the net. But it wasn't a deflection. It just grazed it and continued on its path. The stick did nothing. It was the distinct kicking motion that put the puck in the net. But because it wasn't Campbell's stick, if it was a goalie stick, that would have been ruled a no goal. But because it was a defenseman's stick, or I think, I can't remember. It was a king stick who was not Jack Campbell. It technically went in off the stick, so they deemed it a good goal, which I find completely ridiculous. Look at that goal and tell me how that wasn't kicked in by the other player. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because it makes me very, very angry. So it's 3-1. And granted, the Kings are not really playing well enough to win. But if that's how you're going to lose on a technicality like that, and that's the kind of plays that the Flyers are going to get away with, it's kind of frustrating, and I don't entirely think fair. So we managed to actually close out the third period after that disaster of a call. 3-2. We come back and it's 3-2 and whew, okay. This is Kovalchuk, who had done quite a lot this game. Not all good. In the first period, he had a giveaway in the neutral zone that was just like glaringly, obviously bad. And then he was the reason that we got the first penalty in the first period, because our ex-Folan, he smashed in him behind the play, and there were a lot of Kings that came to back up Kovalchuk, so I liked that. But anyway, Kovalchuk gets the second goal, and it's almost Carter getting two, but Kovalchuk is the one that ends up putting this in the nets. And again, it's this hope where I kind of almost wish I didn't have it, because at least if they were just flat out bad, I'd know that going in, I'd have low expectations. It'd be a whole different story. But no, get me within 3-2, guys. Yeah, thanks. So going to the third period. And the Kings are being more aggressive, which I like. There were quite a few plays, at least two in the span of a couple of minutes, where Kopitar and Brown, like it must have been like consecutive shifts, but like their consecutive shifts, if you know what I mean. They made some very good plays and did just about everything they could to get the puck in the back of the net. And then Muzzin got a hold of the puck, and it just all went downhill from there. And twice, where they were so aggressive that when the rebound didn't end up where they wanted it to, it ended up on the stick of a Flyer, and he got two different separate Flyers on two separate occasions, got very obvious breakaways that Campbell was able to save. The first two. The third time that happens, he was not. And it was 4-2 with about 6 minutes left, which is just enough time to do something stupid like pull your goalie with 3 minutes left and then end up with a 5-2 deficit. And in 3 minutes, you can't do anything. Here's a hint, guys. If you can't power play 5-on-4 or even 5-on-3 like this game, then being able to power play 5-on-6, not really gonna do a whole lot for you. Like, it did not take them, it took them maybe 15 seconds to get that empty net goal, and then it's 5-2, and you still have 3 minutes left to play, and what are you gonna do with that? So, yeah, it's gonna be a long, long season, and I don't understand it, because they should be good. By all accounts, these are very good players on the ice. And yeah, we don't have Quick. But Campbell, for the most part, is a pretty solid guy. Like, I'm going to say 3 of the 4 goals he gave up were not on him. And the one goal that was a really dumbass technicality with the kicking thing. I mean, even if he had have been able to get a stick on it, Campbell, like, wouldn't have been able to have... Okay, I have to get off that because it's just going to bug me for the rest of eternity. Like, that Red Wings game, like, 3-4 seasons ago now, where the puck went all the way up and came back down behind Jonathan Quick, but it didn't count even though it was out of play. Yeah, I'm going to get caught up in things like that, so I'm just going to let that go. We have no points today, no points. And we go into a game on Saturday where I just don't even know anymore, guys. It's going to be a long, long season. stock up on chocolate or alcohol or something.